Hey guys. So I am doing a quick video. I think my wife got these for me for Father's Day. I don't even know if they're still available for pre-order or purchase on the NECA website. You'll have to look that up at NECA.com. But I am a huge fan of the show What We Do in the Shadows. It's one of the funniest shows out there. It's horror comedy, more on the comedy side. It's from Taki Wakiti or whatever his name is. I'll call him TW. I never can pronounce his name right. Forgive me. That's on me and my boomer Gen X brain. Of course, you know, TW has ruined the Thor franchise. And when he's allowed to completely go on his own, I think it gets bad. So I do think he needs to have a check and balance systems. But that may be for movies. When it comes to the series, What We Do in the Shadows, he did a beautiful job. Some seasons are better than others, but they all were humorous and funny. And the juxtaposition of the vampire, these ancient vampires against modern culture, he did a really good job of that blend. It was really solid parody and satire. Just really, really, really solid story. One of my favorite actors is in it, Doug Jones, who plays the Baron. He's phenomenal. I didn't realize how funny Doug Jones was until I saw What We Do in the Shadows. But it really is a cool take on the vampire mythos and kind of lampooning a lot of the lore of vampires. They even have at one time a Nosferatu style character as well. By far my favorite character is Nandor. But my friend Gregbo loves Colin, and Missy loves Nadja. So, and I think Nadja comes with her doll. So some of the characters will have accessories and stuff that to the non-fan eye will be like, what's that? I don't want to spoil the series. So I'm going to share the figures, but I want you to go watch the series because I don't want to spoil it. It's just so good. The last season was anticlimactic, and I thought there was a disappointing end to it. But that would not in any way, shape, or form make me say to you, don't watch it, because it's well worth the journey. And sometimes it's just about the journey and not the destination. So wearing my Greenville Comic-Con shirt from last Greenville Comic-Con, phenomenal Comic-Con. You guys need to check it out, greenvillenccomicon.com, greenvillenccomicon.com. One of the best cons out there. It's in Greenville, North Carolina. Sherry and Tim run a phenomenal con from All Things Geeky. I think that's their store, All Things Geeky. But I'll add those to either the comments or I'll add it to the description so you guys can find them. But phenomenal con. They do it once a year. It's in August, and it's just an amazing con. And Sherry and Tim are amazing people. But anyway, so here's the box. Now, the only reason I opened it was because the tape was damaged. So I had a little concern that it might have been opened previously and retaped. But I opened it. I didn't go beyond that. I just opened it up and said, okay, it looks like the figure's in here. It's kind of like when you go to a fast food joint and you check the bag, tertiary check the bag, and say, oh, it looks like everything. Then you get home and you find out either items are missing or they screwed up your order altogether. So anyway, packed very well in the box. So I'm going to pull out one character at a time based on what comes up. And the first character we have is Colin. There is Colin. Let me see if I can avoid the light. I wonder if I could... Oh, there he is. Okay, good. That's Colin. He comes with baby Colin. The only thing I'm going to say about this character is that he is a energy vampire. And I'll leave it at that. You've got to watch it to understand. And again, explaining it will diminish the humor of it. Okay? You have to watch this. But this is the Toony Terrors brand. So these are the more cartoon versions. I hope NECA makes the realistic versions, because I would absolutely collect that. Anyway, that is Colin. And again, each one comes with, it says it comes with a backdrop, and I'm not seeing the backdrop. I'm not seeing a backdrop. So I don't think that is correct. I will say NECA, terrible fucking packing job. Look at that. That's NECA who sent this. Terrible fucking packing job. And if I wasn't opening these, I'd be really pissed off. But that is a terrible fucking packing job, NECA. Points deducted for that. But it says bonus cutout backdrop. So we're going to find out. We're going to open Colin first. And again, I don't have any intention of reselling my toys. I'm going to keep I always keep the packaging. But this one's a little harder. I was hoping it would come out easier, but it did not. It did not. There's Colin Robinson. What I'm assuming is they're saying that you can cut the backdrop out, but even trying to get the packaging open, it tore the packaging. I mean, yeah, I guess you could cut that out, but I don't know how you do that with, I mean, I was very careful taking the package apart. So, but anyway, that's Colin's packaging. Yeah, there's no die cut background, so I apologize about that. I was going off the NECA description. So, there's Colin in his blister pack. These are the rubber bands, which I fucking hate. They're better than the metal twist ties, that's for sure. But I will tell you, when buying from NECA, you're going to get eaten up in shipping. But there was some kind of promotion they did during the time my wife bought these, so the shipping was actually not that bad. It may have even been free shipping. It may have been some promotion where we got free shipping. But the entire set cost $74.99. So you're talking about $80, but you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. It's not bad, but packaged back together. It'll go in the closet. So again, these are Toony Terrors, which are not going to be articulated at all, if any. So for Colin, his feet turn and his head turns. That's it. Hands in the pocket, but he looks great. It looks like Colin. And then you get baby Colin. And you have to watch the series to understand baby Colin, because that is one of the funniest little things they did with baby Colin. So that is, again, Colin, head moves, and feet turn. That's it. That's his articulation. But again, these are Funko Pops are Saruman. These are Gandalf the White. That's the way I could get. So these are, they're not, if I know Funko Pops are like bobbleheads that don't bobble, but they're more statuesque, affordable statuesque figures. That's what I would deem these as, affordable statuesque figures. That's what all the Toony Terrors. Some of them are more articulated than others. We'll find out how much articulation the other ones have. But they do stand well, though. They do stand well. All right. Next up, Guillermo. Now, in the story, Guillermo, I don't want to. So his accessories make sense, but I'm not going to tell you why. But he is a familiar, but they do a twist with him. So he's a familiar to Nandor. And for those of you who don't know vampire lore, the familiar is kind of like the Renfield character in Dracula. But again, fantastic job, NECA. You fucking suck when you're packaging. I have a friend who has a toy business who complains about this constantly. You're spending $75 and the only packaging in this box was this on top and this on the bottom. That was the only packaging. And if you notice, there's only one side of this that's inflated. This one's both. That was in the side so the figures didn't shift. But so this was not, the box was not damaged. So this is not from UPS or FedEx or Post Office. This is the way they were packed. Or this is the way the figure looked before it was packed. So NECA thought, we're just going to pack this figure. If I was a hardcore collector and wanted this in a box, that would immediately knock the value off quite dramatically. So it's a good thing I'm opening them. But anyway, that's Guillermo. All right, I'm going to try to open this one a little more careful. No, see, no matter how you open them, it's going to take the packaging with it. So there's no, if you're going to open these, understand you're going to damage package. That was a little better, but not much. So let's get Guillermo out. A little surgery here on the without cutting my fingers on the. He only has one rubber band. There's Guillermo. Move this packaging for a second. There's Guillermo. Again, likeness looks great. Okay, so we've got head turn. We've got movement in the arms and the feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of articulation. A little more than the other one. Beautiful, but the painting is beautiful. The face sculpt is beautiful. It looks like a cartoon version of the actor. So kudos. So I'm putting the stakes in there. And you maybe get an idea of who Guillermo is by the fact that he has stakes. But there you go. There's the stakes inside there. There's no way to the belt, what I'm assuming, bandolero. I think it's a bandolero. If I'm correct, this just slides, yeah, it just slides over. Oh, very nicely too. It slides over the figure. Oh, that looks great. Okay. It slides over the head of the figure. I lifted the arm, and I'll show you. You can slide it right over his head without any damage. The stakes sit in pretty good. And I'm going to take one stake out. Oh, well, they sit in there tight. Just be careful. They sit in there tight. And there's not much plastic holding them in. And there we go. He's got his stake. And you may say, Ron, the face sculpt, that's the way Guillermo looks pretty much throughout the whole series. He just looks lost. But that's Guillermo. Nice looking figure. Really nice looking figure. Can't put him next to Colin. Stands well, too. They all stand well, too. All right. Laszlo is next. Matt Berry. Matt Berry was in the IT Crowd. He's done a ton of British comedy. One of the funniest British comedians out there. I think he's probably the funniest. I think he beats out Benny Hill. I have no doubt that had he been around during the time Monty Python, he would have been part of the Monty Python cast. I think he's funnier than the Monty Python cast. I know I'm going to get a hate from that, but I think he may be the funniest British comedian that I've seen, or comedic actor that I've seen. I would love to see him and Ricky Gervais do something together. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. So, opening Laszlo up. And I think most of these do not come with accessories. So far, just Guillermo and, of course, if you count baby Colin as an accessory, Colin. And if I'm crucifying these actors' names, forgive me. I barely speak English. Okay. Laszlo's out. Oh, wow, he looks so good. Again, I really hope NECA does realistic versions of these characters. I think people would buy them. I guess they're going to see on the Toony Terrors. But here is Laszlo. Head turn. His hands, his wrist turn, and his arms turn. Not much. It's limited, but they do count as articulation, and his boots turn. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guillermo's hands also turn, so he has 7 as well. I forgot to mention that, but I would have liked to seen him with the witch's hat. And you have to watch the series to understand what I mean by that. He should have came with the witch's hat. But that's Matt Berry or Laszlo. Love him. I would love to cosplay as him, and maybe I'll get away with it at some point. But I don't know if I've got the beard for it. As you can tell, this is the extent of how awesome my beard looks. But yeah, that's Laszlo. So, and again, the sculpt is amazing. He looks like Matt Berry. The paint is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a nice kind of statue figure. It is technically an action figure because it is articulated, but it's more of a statue display figure. I don't see a child playing with this. Now, back when we were growing up, yes, because there were limited articulation. Think about the Kenner figures. Of course, G.I. Joe changed that. But for kids today who are used to McFarlane and the Marvel Select, where there's so much articulation, I think this might be a boring figure. You know, you got to think about playability, because when we had these figures, we were forced to have more of an imagination because we didn't have laptops or tablets where everything was spoon fed to us. But I love that figure. I just love it. These are going to be beautiful display pieces. I really am excited about them. All right, Nadja. This is Misty Yates' favorite character, the cosplay queen of Carolinas. Now, I will tell you, Laszlo's box is perfect, or a blister pack was perfect. Not a box, a blister pack. So is hers. So 2 out of 4 right now. We're bad shape. Again, if I was a hardcore collector, I'd have been pissed. I'd have been greatly pissed. Now, she has an accessory too. It's weird that they had some with and some without. It doesn't make sense, because the witch's hat should have been with Laszlo. It doesn't make sense why he wouldn't have the witch's hat. Because it's a running gag in the series. And again, you have to watch it to understand it. She looks amazing. I also love this actress. She's absolutely amazing. I think this is her best role. Where Matt Berry, I think everything he's done is hilarious. I think this is her best role. She is absolutely hilarious. Now she has, wow, just 2 points. Oh, well, her head moves. Okay. So she has the head tilts and the arms move. That's it. She's got 3 points of articulation. But still beautiful. No legs. But she's absolutely, the paint job, she looks just like the character. Absolutely looks like her. And she comes with doll Natasha. Again, you got to watch you got to watch the show to get this prop. So, but yeah, she looks great. I love the expression. That is typically her expression. So, yeah, very nice. I mean, really nicely done. The paint is the paint work is so beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. Not a single scratch, not a single error. You know, spot that looks like it was painted wrong. Just absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's touch. Now my favorite, Nandor. And again, look at that. There is nothing in the box that would show why that got damaged. The figures were packed well. They could have been packed a little more with packaging material, but they were packed in such a way that there was not enough shifting to do that. NECA put that in the box knowing that. So, Nandor. And dog ear, too. Nandor. Absolutely my favorite character. Okay, so again, 7 points. Head, turns, wrists move, arms move, boots move. So I love the cape. Again, that is like that's dust you're saying, Mother. Let me get that off there. Yeah, that's dust. But not a single imperfection. That's the word I was looking for. Not a single imperfection. And that's what he looks like. They did a great job on the sculpts. Great job. I don't know what accessory Nandor would come with. Does his cape come off? His cape comes off. Yep. His cape comes off. His cape comes off. But NECA, that's a paint mark from the cape. So the cape does come off. You see a little slot right there. But look at that. He's the only one. Again, if I was a hardcore collector, that would absolutely piss me off. I don't know if that's just on this character or a regular problem with the character. But and you almost have to pop his head off to get the cape back on. Yeah. You almost have to pop his head off to get the cape back on. So there's Nandor. That my favorite character, and there's an imperfection. It is what it is. But anyway, that's them. Where can you watch? So Fandango, you could purchase it seasons 1 through 6. Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus. And it's also on Hulu, which makes sense. I forgot Disney owns Hulu. It's on Hulu. I saw it on Hulu. There's 6 seasons. 6 total seasons. It's one of the funniest shows out there. It's a non-politically correct very funny, non-political, non-woke comedy that is absolutely insane. So let's run down again. We've got Nandor. Unfortunately, Nandor's got 7 points articulation, the boots, wrists, arms, and head. His cape is removable. You have to pop the head off to get the cape back on properly. He did have imperfections on the back of the cape, which I realize is not dust, and he has a white stripe on his back, which looks like when the cape was put on, or there was a painting error. So this is Nadja. She only has arms and head articulation, so 3 points, but she does come with doll Nadja. Both of them, the sculpts look amazing. Then we have Laszlo. Again, 1, 2... Yeah, he's got 7. Wrists, boots, arms, and head. No imperfections whatsoever. Looks amazing. Guillermo comes with the bandolero and the stakes, 4 stakes. The bandolero slides over his head very easily. Again, 7 points of articulation. And then finally, Colin has 3 points. It's the head and the feet. And he comes with baby Colin, who's just a little gumball-style figure character. So that's the series. That's the set. $75 on the NECA website, plus shipping, plus tax. And they are absolutely, they're beautiful. I love Not. I really just, even the fingernails are painted. So I wish she would have had legs. I get why they did the dress, but nice figures. I mean, I know I'm kind of giving a mixed review. So what would I review them? 0 out of 5. A 5 blister pack would be like a Hot Toys figure. A 4 would probably fall in line of the McFarlane, the more realistic NECAs. So I would give these, Funko Pop would be 0. I would give these a 3. I'd say a solid 3. I would say solid 3. And I'm getting a little bit gracious, because if you were to base it off articulation and accessories, they'd probably be a 2. But because of the sculpt, the paint job, for the most part, except for Nandor, which could have been a one-off. Again, the packaging is not great either. The packaging, I mean, you look at some of the McFarlane pieces, the packaging is better. I'm gonna say 2. I gotta say a 2. I gotta say a 2 in all honesty. They're beautiful figures. I would absolutely buy them. I actually collect them. But if you were to compare them against other figures, even some of their Toony Terror figures, I would say these rank as about a 2. So even though it's my favorite series, I got to take the bias out of it. Anyway, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Trying to get better at these. I don't know if I've got the stones to be a podcaster. I don't know. I want to do it. I want to do it more. Rob and I have the Toxic Tears podcast. That's going to be Thursday. We'll be coming live. We're doing the best horror films of 1985, parts 1 and 2. Please check it out. Rob does it with me. Rob Cochran, the Camp Killer. He does it with me. And we basically take the tier ranking system. We call it Toxic Tiers because fandoms become so toxic. But we start off, because Rob and I are huge fans of 80s horror, we start off with the best horror films of the 80s, breaking it down to each year. So we're up to 85. So please check us out, because we have a lot of fun with it. If you go to Beyond Hero Productions, you'll see the movies we're going to be reviewing. So we've got some really cool movies we're going to be reviewing. And then we tier rank them based on GOAT, A, C, F, and Z, which is like, what the hell were they thinking? So after we get done with the 85s, we're going to do a bracket challenge of the best horror movies. We're going to be ranking toys. We're going to be ranking horror villains. We're going to be ranking Marvel movies. We're going to do all of that. So anyway, guys, that's it. The Toony Terrors, NECA, What We Do in the Shadows figures, 2 out of 5 blister packs. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope to do more of these. We'll see. There's so many people who do it and do it better than me. But I really love, toys have a very special place in my zeitgeist, my own personal zeitgeist. And maybe I'll talk about it at a later time, but I may just start doing toy reviews. I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm as good to do it like Analog Toys. There's so many, Ed's Retro Geek Out. there's so many people who do it like really, really well. And, you know, I'm late to the bandwagon, so I don't know. These I'm just doing because I enjoy. But the Toxic Tears, I think we could make that something special. Anyway, that's it for the plug. Guys, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. And you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Bye.